boys and girls, let's get started with our lesson focus today, problem solving. We're going to use the information that we've gathered over the last few days, all the different strategies we've used for comparing and adding and subtracting to solve some real-world problems. Here is our first problem. Jacob is collecting data on the farm. He wants to know how many animals on the farm can fly, how many cannot fly. Okay, so what could Jacob do? How could he collect that information? Maybe make a table or a graph. So let's make one. We're going to have two columns. We're going to have a column for animals that fly and one for animals that cannot fly. Now, the best way to do this would be to cross the things out in the picture as we go so that we don't count any more than once. But since I'm using it on the computer, I can't do that. So you just have to kind of follow with me. And when you do it, you'll be able to cross them out. So let's start up here at the top of the barn. I have my first animal that can fly. So I'm going to put a circle to represent that animal. Moving over, I have another one on the fence that can fly. Another circle for that animal. One down there in front of the barn. We're up to 3. Moving down a little bit, right here in the middle of my picture, I've got a flying animal. 4. Then down there at the bottom, it looks like I see a mother hen and 2 little ducklings or 2 little chicks. So I'm going to put 1 for the mom. Now that's a 5 group, and we're trying to keep our information organized. So I'm going to go down here and start another row so I keep it organized in 5 groups. Now down here at the bottom of the picture, looks like mother duck and 3 ducklings. So I need to add mother duck and 1, 2, 3 ducklings. Now I could be sure that I got them all right by recounting and comparing and making sure that I didn't miss anything. Now let's look for animals that don't fly. Ooh, that horse right there doesn't fly. So I'm going to start my 5 group with that. And we have a pig and a black and white cow. Then we've got, looks like 2 little sheep. 1, 2, and the brown and white cow. Going to the next row because I filled up my 5 group. And there I've recorded my data or my information on animals that can fly and animals that cannot fly using my picture. So here's that information. Now let's use that information to answer some questions. So how many animals can fly? Putting my information in 5 groups makes it real easy to see. 5, 10, and 1 more is 11 that can fly. Animals that cannot fly. 5 and 1 more gives me 6. Now the next question says, how many animals did Jacob see in all? What do I do? How do I find that answer? I count them all together. So I would know this side is 11. I'm going to count on from 11. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 animals total, or 17 animals in all. The last question says, how many more flying animals did Jacob see than non-flying animals? How can I answer that comparison question? What do you think? I could start with an equation. All right, so I'm going to start with my larger number, 11. And I'm going to subtract my smaller number, 6. And my answer will be the answer to that question. What else could I do? I could line my data up in straight lines and compare, make matching partners, and see the difference. I could use comparison bars. How would I do that? Let me make us some more room on our chart. Let's make some comparison bars. Remember, there's a variety of ways to solve the same problem. So how would I make my comparison bars? I'm sorry, stair steps. We want to use stair steps. The first one would be my 11. Let's see what stair step we have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we need one more stair. 11. Then my 6th step. Would line up with that. Now you have the little paper pieces you can use and manipulate and see the same thing. So I've lined my 2 stair steps up to compare these two. Would be the same as drawing my circles out and making my matches. How many do I have out here by themselves? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So either way I look at it, with my equation, with my stair steps comparison, or if I lined my circles up and made partners, I would get the same answer. So there's a variety of ways to get that answer of 5. The difference is 5. 5 more flying animals, 5 less or 5 fewer animals that don't fly. All right, here's another problem we may have. There's room for 4 children on the merry-go-round. 8 children want to ride. How many children will have to wait? Let's try this one with the comparison circles. Collect the data with circles representing what we have. So I need 8 circles for children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 4 for how many can get on the merry-go-round at one time. So there's my circles. Now we match them up and compare. How many are left out here to wait? 4. How else could I have solved that problem? Well, I could have put it in what we call comparison bars this time, not comparison steps. All right, so 8 is my total. It's my big number. One piece of that was 4. That's how many children can get on at one time. So I need the other part of this bar at the bottom. Kind of reminds you of our math mountains. What would go right here? I quickly see that double. 4 plus what equals 8? 4. So there we solved the same problem more than one way and we got the same answer. So it's okay to use different methods as long as we use them correctly and get the correct answer. Let's try another problem. There are 12 donuts in the box. 7 teachers eat a donut. How many donuts will be left over? So I could start with 12 circles. Let's make sure we've counted them correctly. These represent my donuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7 teachers. I'm going to line those up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Match them to compare. And count what's left out here. How many donuts are left over? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I could have also written that in the form of an equation. 12 donuts minus the 7 that the teachers ate would have given me my answer. Put 7 in my head and count up to 12, and I would still get the answer of 5. So there's a variety of ways to solve these word problems that we've learned recently. Use the ones that work best for you. Here's what you will do today to practice. For the first activity, it sounds very familiar to what we just did. Liam collects data at the park. He wants to know how many animals can fly and how many animals cannot fly. So a different setting, but the same problem that we had with Jacob in the farm. I've given you some X's to drag over. As you count and cross out the animals, you drag the circles over to your chart, your graph here, to record your information. Remember to keep them lined up and nice and neat in 5 groups to help you count. And then you answer the questions about that information. Then you have a few more problems about a playground and a group of bikes that you're going to answer. Remember to type in a word for your label. So your answer number goes in the small box and then give me a label for what we were counting. Then finally, you have some plates and cups to compare. You're going to cross them out as you count them, use the circles to represent your data, and answer some questions. Do your best work.